Good morning. I've got something to say and a little bit of stuff to read. And I want you guys to tell me what you think when I'm done. Let me wipe my screen. Okay, guys. If you're just jumping in the chat, we're about to get started. This was a Southport shooting that happened on September. And I want you to keep that date in mind, September the 27th of 2025. If you go, I'm sure everybody knows what this page is. It's kind of like the dictionary. If you go here, it'll give you a rundown of the story. And I'm going to read a little bit, but let's try to stay focused. So we all know that this came out, so we're not going to read this yet, but we're going to keep it in the back of our minds, okay? Because you know this came out after the fact. You know, they got to get the updates and then put this out there, right? So let's go here and back it up and go here. And what we're going to do is I'm going to play this press conference for you, and I'm going to tell you some discrepancies. This is the first one that they ever did. Let's go to the beginning.
Good morning. My name is Todd Coring. I'm the police chief for the city of Southport. First.
And before I go any further, if I stop the video, it's because I'm calling something out. So let's just pay attention.
Thoughts and prayers remain with them and everybody that's been affected in our community, and those that were at the establishment when this unfolded. I want to also thank the outpouring of support that we've received from all of our law enforcement partners and community partners from across the state, for that matter.
This man is about to tell a lie. So everybody that's in this little chat right now, just listen. And I'm going to call him out. And if you're just getting here, we're just getting started.
Behind me, you'll have remarks briefly from Sheriff Chisholm, Brunswick County Sheriff's Office, SBI Chris Brenzel, District Attorney John David, Chief Morris with the Oak Island Police Department, and Jenna Early, the first assistant with the District Attorney's Office. They're behind me today to try to be here to answer any questions we've ever talked this through this morning. So I want to start off on Saturday, December 27th, 2025 at approximately 9:30. Members of the Southport Police Department were dispatched to calls of shots fired, multiple injuries at the American Fish Company at 150 Yacht Basin Drive here in Southport. Reports came in rapidly of a boat.
This man just said December. Let's listen again.
District Attorney John David, Chief Morris with the Oak Island Police Department, and Jenna Early, the first assistant with the District Attorney's Office. They're behind me today to try to here to answer any questions we may have or talk this through this morning.
He says
So I want to start off on Saturday, December 27th, 2025 at approximately 9:30. Members of the Southport
December.
Police Department were dispatched to cause of shots fired with multiple
So
injuries
let me tell you
at the
something
American Fish
about
Company.
that. And we're going to listen to it one more time. He clearly says that this incident happened in December, not September, December.
I'm going to start off on Saturday, December 27th, 2025 at approximately 9.
And he said it again, December. But we're going to keep going. Because at the end of the day, if they start out with a lie, they're going to end it with a lie.
30. Members of the Southport Police Department were dispatched to cause of shots fired with multiple injuries at the American Fish Company at 150 Yacht Basin Drive here in Southport. Reports came in rapidly of a boat sitting in the waterway. Reports of a subject shooting multiple patrons of the establishment. When this unfolded.
Play it again.
I want to also thank the outpouring of support that we received from all of our law enforcement partners and community partners from across the state, for that matter. Behind me, you'll have remarks briefly from Sheriff Chisholm, Brunswick County Sheriff's Office, SBI Chris Brenzel.
If you're just getting here, this cop from Oak Island is about to say that this incident happened in December, not September, December. But let's proceed. We're just getting started with the cover-up and the lies.
District Attorney John David, Chief Morris with the Oak Island Police Department.
Listen to what he's
and
got to
Jenna
say.
Early, the first assistant with the District Attorney's Office. They're behind me today to try to be here to answer any questions we may have or talk this through this morning. So I want to start off on Saturday, December 27th, 2025 at approximately 9.
If you heard him say December, please just go ahead and like this live. And every time they say something that isn't right, I'm going to call them out. And the only reason I can call them out is because I'm from here. I live here.
30 members of the Southport Police Department were dispatched.
And he said he also got the call around 9:30. So keep that in mind.
To cause to try to be here to answer any questions we may have or talk this through this morning. So I want to start off on Saturday, December 27th, 2025 at approximately 9:30. Members of the Southport Police Department were dispatched to cause of shots fired with multiple injuries at the American Fish Company at 150 Yacht Basin Drive here in Southport. Reports came in rapidly of a boat sitting in the waterway. Reports of a subject shooting multiple patrons of the establishment.
Okay. So he said they got a call about a boat just sitting there with a suspect firing.
Unfortunately, 3 were wounded fatally. We have 5 injured that are area hospitals still receiving care. The boat fled the ICW toward the Oak Island Bridge. Shortly after 10 p.m., the Coast Guard observed a single individual matching the description of the shooter, loading their boat at a public boat ramp in the area.
His boat. But just listen, but keep that in mind as well.
On Oak Island. Coast Guard crews detained the suspect, who was held at the Oak Island Police Department before being turned over to several members there, including the Southport Police Department, Brunswick County Sheriff's Office, Marine Fisheries, and the Oak Island Police Department. Also the SBI that were assisting us in these various locations. Suspect is a now Max Edge. He's been arrested and charged with 3 counts of first-degree murder to some of these individuals behind me.
Sorry about that.
What we have at this time is that we believe that this was a targeted location.
Okay, so let's do this right here for a second. And let's go here. What we're going to do is you got to be from around here to know what's going on. And at the end of the day, I know because I'm from here. So what we're going to do right here is we're going to go look at what Nigel means. And I'm going to tell you why this shooting doesn't make sense. All right. Nigel, the word Nigel means dark, like this dark haired man, or so just keep in mind Nigel is dark haired. Now, let's go here and let's type in Max. See, if I wasn't from here, I wouldn't be able to do this, but I know the people talking, so I can tell that something isn't right. Max means and we know what Max means, right? Go look at edge, because the last two are kind of common sense. But we're going to go look at it. That way it's on my video. And then we're going to go proceed with this press conference. But anyways, Nigel Max Edge. The name means all together, if you take the first name, the middle name, and the last name, it turns it into this dark-haired man. That's like his identity. So at the end of the day, if you go Google it, get the meanings of the names, and you use it in various different ways, it comes back to basically this man's identity basically is off of his dark hair. So now We're going to get back to the press conference, but I just wanted to call it out. His name also has meaning behind it as well. But let's get back to this press conference.
We appear that he acted in what we call a lone wolf. He acted alone. This is highly premeditated from what we're seeing at this time. And we feel there are no other threats to our community, that we do have someone in custody. So that's what's important, that I want the community to know, that we do have someone in custody, and we feel like we have no other threats this time.
I have all my crypto tracking. I mean, crypto
And we got
is the place to be right now. It's all
still a very active investigation. I want to point that out. We're asking that anyone who was at the establishment last night, those who may have been at the establishment on Friday night, to call our office, the Southport Police Department.
And let me tell you something about that. The reason that they're asking for Friday night and Saturday night, that means they want to know the people that was there the night that it happened. And they also want to know the people that was there the day before it happened. So later on in some press conference, you're going to hear how Governor Stein was in that establishment that Thursday or Friday. The governor. A day before a shooting? Really? At Safe Haven? Well, buddy, did you have a room there? Or was you just in town? What was you even doing there? You said you was at that restaurant sitting down talking with some people about some business and stuff. And then you kind of changed the subject and went into something else, to some waiter's tip sitting at the door. And we're going to get into that in just a second. To where it would still be there when that waiter came back to work. Not when he came back to his station or came back from the table he was waiting on, or however it goes. But when he came back to work, that money was still going to be sitting there. So that told me he had to be talking about this money that's sitting at this door prior or after the shooting. But let's continue.
At 910-457-7911. Again, when we arrived last night, it was a very chaotic scene. We had people that had fled the scene before officers of the incident. We're asking you to reach out to our police department. Again, call us at 910-457-7911.
He also just said that he had people flee the scene, witnesses, before the officers could get there. But he stopped himself from saying before his officers got there, because he's telling the public that his officers arrived within seconds. And supposedly, they even had to exchange some gunfire with this dude. But he hasn't been charged for shooting at the cops. He's been charged for killing 3 people and injuring however many other people. So a lot of this story don't make sense, and that's why I'm chopping it up like I am. And every time they tell something that ain't right, I'm calling them out. Because how can you have witnesses fleeing the scene and you're basically on the scene? Make it make sense. And also, you keep this county under surveillance
injured in the line of duty, is what he's saying. He suffers from PTSD.
Nobody got nothing to worry about. But I'll get back to that in a second. Let's continue.
And again, we're asking for your assistance. So those are two of the things I want to make sure and reiterate before I turn the microphone over to Sheriff Chisholm to please call our office if you have any videos or if you were there last night and we have not talked to you. We've been talking to multiple people. Again, we've had an outpouring of support from multiple agencies. Some 60 to 80 officers were here last night helping us, and we have still a lot of folks here that are continuing with its investigation. So at this time, I'll turn the mic over to Sheriff Chisholm.
Good morning. As Chief Cord mentioned, our hearts and prayers and thoughts go out to the family of the victims of this tragic incident. We stand with Southport PD. This is a place that I grew up, so it's a place that I hold near and dear to my heart, like many people in this room.
Oh, he grew up there all right.
And I want all of you in this room, I challenge you, do not let this define Southport. You have great men and women standing behind me, and I am so proud of my coworkers and Southport PD, the SBI, all the federal partners, Oak Island PD, everybody that came and responded and came together to get this guy in custody so quickly. I am very proud of them, and my heart goes out to them because they were here. They had to see this. Just know that we have, and all the partners that were there last night and the ones that are here today, and for their quick response and just a quick end to this tragedy.
If you live in Colorado zip code and have zero...
Okay. Sheriff Chisholm has numerous of lawsuits out against him. And one of them ain't nothing to play with. Okay? He's been out here in the county a long time. That's about the only thing that he ain't lied about so far. And to be honest, he slipped into the sheriff's department. He was a regular cop, regular detective, and now he has slipped into being the sheriff. But we're going to get into all that too, but that's like another story for another day. Before him, we had a sheriff named Sheriff Ingram. He was there maybe 10 years. 10 years. I can't tell you when he retired, but he retired in the blink of an eye to me because I didn't know that Chisholm was the sheriff of my own county. But that's because I don't get into politics and stuff like that. But I know everybody. But I had no idea. I figured he was still a cop. So before Sheriff Ingram was a cop, our sheriff was Ronald E. Hewitt. If you go look back on Ronald E. Hewitt, sheriff of Brunswick County, he was our sheriff for a while. And he was a pretty cool dude. Well, the feds came and got him. And they took him. And you're going to see this district attorney in a second. They took our sheriff to this other county for the marshals to get him. He died in police custody. Maybe he knew a little bit too much information. But at the end of the day, this is our new sheriff. And he's got numerous of lawsuits out against him. because of how the sheriff's department is conducting itself. And I'm not saying, oh, well, he don't know what he's doing, because Sheriff Ingram has lawsuits out on him. Ronald E. Hewitt had lawsuits and all kind of crazy stuff out on him. I mean, he went down for guns. The marshals came and got our sheriff. So this sheriff's department has been conducting itself in manners that it shouldn't for a long time. And what I don't like is people from around me and having my sheriff's department get on a national TV or on any kind of press conference when you ain't do no press conference for the two kids that was shot up over here on a dirt road 2 miles from my home. Execution style. They was running away. And this boy, if you go look him up, his name is Logan Young. And he shot 2 people on Lee Buck Road in Winnebago, North Carolina. Yeah. And you know who Logan Young is? His family's with the sheriff's department. So at the end of the day, you ain't do no press conference for those kids. You ain't do no press conference about anybody else. But you decide to do it this time for what? Because things haven't changed down there. So what would make you get on here and even try to start your cover up? But let's get back to this video because we're going to listen to the sheriff. And I've also had people assault me while I've been in the jail. And they've been fired. Let me go back.
Have not talked to you. We've been talking to multiple people. Again, we've had an outpouring of support from multiple agencies. Some 60 to 80 officers were here last night helping.
And they keep asking people, if you seen anything, if you heard anything, give us a call. Like that's the second time that he's asking for someone to help.
Us, and we have still a lot of folks here that are continuing with its investigation. So at this time, I'll turn the mic over to Sheriff Chisholm.
This is Sheriff Chisholm.
Good morning. As Chief Cord mentioned, our hearts and prayers and thoughts with the family of the victims of this tragic incident. We stand with Southport PD. This is a place that I grew up, so it's a place near and dear to my heart, like many people in this room. And I want all of you in this room, I challenge you, do not let this define Southport. You have great men and women standing behind me, and I am so proud of my...
Some of the law enforcement out at Southport, Oak Island, they have such bad records. They have to go out here legally and change their name to get on at the sheriff's department. Because just say you're a Jeffrey Willard. And Jeffrey Willard back in the day used to smoke pot, go out here and drink beer, drink and drive, back into people's rides at the gas station. You know, he was crazy. So he went out there and straightened up, did what he did, whatever, and he went out there and changed his last name to, let's just say, Barry. Now Barry's a police officer. That's not his real name, because I'm not going to expose that right now. But that's not his real name. But this dude, he's still out there. He even getting arguments with the sheriff. Cusses him out, all types of stuff, man. It's crazy. It is crazy. But let's continue. But anyways, they keep asking people for help. You've already said twice that you got your suspect. But I'm going to let y'all sit there and think of why they keep asking for help.
Coworkers and Southport PD, the SBI, all the federal partners, Oak Island PD, everybody that came and responded.
You just heard him say federal partners. The feds are here. They've been here. They've been here. This is a federal community. No bullshit, no nothing. Federal community. And when I show you this court case in a minute, this sheriff, man, is sick. It's sick what's happening. And I don't like it. They too worried about the drugs. They too worried about this and worried about that than to be worried about what's actually right. Yeah, that's right. They worried about the drugs. But let's continue.
Together to get this guy in custody so quickly. I am very proud of them, and my heart goes out to them because they were here. They had to see this. Just know that we have all of our resources, and they're available to Southport PD. And I just want to thank all the partners that were there last night and the ones that are here today, and for the quick response and just the quick end to this tragedy.
Just another thing under his name. He's in charge of all these people, dude. Not Southport, but just how convenient. Nigel committed the crimes, allegedly, in Southport. A whole different little ball game over there. But when he came supposedly back to that landing, it put him back at his home base, which was Brunswick County. How convenient. It got put right back off on Chisholm, is what happened. But let's pay attention.
Thank you.
Charlie Boris, the Oak Island Police Department. Thank you, Sheriff. Just to reiterate a couple things the Sheriff and Chief Coring said, we have a close-knit community here. I certainly do.
We got a close-knit community around here. And this is one of the officers that are actually a little bit honest. He's about the honest. He tells the truth more than anybody up there. And he's not lying when he says that we're a tight-knit community. You just heard the sheriff say he was from here. I've been here a long time. So at the end of the day, it's a tight-knit community. Everybody knows everybody. You get it? There ain't nothing that my neighbor don't do that we don't know about. Everybody knows everybody. You catch my drift?
I don't want this incident to define who we are, because that is not us. This is a person that has acted alone. We feel confident right now, even though we're in the preliminary stages.
He said this ain't us. Y'all better go check the background. Go look at how many people been killed in Oak Island. This one girl killed her mom.
the investigation, we feel like that this person acted alone and there's no one else involved. Last night, our witnesses that were on the scene observed a white center console boat travel.
All right, the witnesses observed a white center console boat. Boat. You hear me? Boat. That is it, honey. That's it. But let's keep going.
South or southwest, leaving the area. Our Coast Guard partners were patrolling along with our sheriff's office and encountered a boat down at the 55th Street boat access in Oak Island. The officers got out and made contact with Mr. Edge, and as a result of that, during the investigation, he was detained and taken into custody. Another thing that I would like to reiterate is, yes, Nigel Edge is a resident of Oak Island. I want to acknowledge that as well. So I don't think I have anything else, but God bless our victims. God bless our community. And we wish our victims that are suffered the injuries a speedy recovery.
He's about the most honest one. Here we go.
Good morning. Chris Brunzel, Special Agent charged with the State Bureau of Investigation. I don't think it can be said enough, and join our partners in offering our prayers to the families of the victims who were murdered and injured last night during these tragic events that happened in Southport. I want to thank the men.
Understand why they sound so upset when they didn't have press conference for the two kids that was murdered execution style 2 miles from me. And their family done that. And they didn't have a press conference about that, nor did they sentence Logan to death after shooting those kids. And them kids was 16 years old. Go look it up. Winnebago, North Carolina, WINNABOW, comma, North Carolina, Winnebago, North Carolina. Look up Logan Young. Look at what he did to those two kids. And he is kin to people in this sheriff's department. They also didn't do a press conference about the lady that was burned up in the back of her car. They also didn't do a press conference when this boy was found with his neck sliced open 3 miles from here. And his name was Brian Smith. He was on the Montel Williams show, on the Sylvia Brown show, because his mom was trying to get answers. He was a twin. But go look him up. But there is a particular case I'm going to talk about that I've been saying here in just a little bit before I end this live. One of the lawsuits that are against this sheriff's department, and it will show you how conniving they are and how they go to the extreme to put people in danger just to get what they want. That's it. I guess it's a new trend. People out here sacrificing this person for this person and that person for this person. But when it hits my hometown, I know if it's real or not. And I'm calling bullshit. People do things for their own gain. And some people allow things to happen for their own gain as well. But let's continue so we don't get off track. This is the SBI. He's fairly new at the Brunswick County, so we're not going to give him too much of a hard time. because I'm sure he don't know everything.
And every other partner that we have, U.S. Coast Guard that responded last night. Without these partnerships, we would not be able to stand in front of you to announce the arrest of this individual today. I also want to commend the men and women from all over the county.
That's why he's crying, because he's not been with us a long time. That's why he's upset. Because I think maybe he does feel sad this happened. And the last guy that just spoke, he was sincere too. But let's continue.
And all of the state that responded to this incident last night. It's through their hard work we're able to make this happen.
If you live in a
13 hours where they made this video, this shooting supposedly took place. You know, everything comes with a timeline, so just keep that in
Carolina
mind.
zip code and 0 DUIs in the last 5 years, listen carefully. I was an insurance agent for 30 years, and what I'm about to tell you could save you up to 80% on your auto insurance.
Well, we don't want to save that. We're trying to get back to this video.
Southport, North Carolina.
Okay, hold on, y'all.
Ironically enough, at the very place
This is the district
which
attorney,
once served as a backdrop to the movie Safe Haven.
and he talks about the movie.
And that name is symbolic.
He talks about
of peace and tranquility, which has enveloped this idyllic waterfront community, was shattered last night. Served as a back
All over the county
All right.
and all of the state that responded to this incident last night. It's through their hard work that we were able to make this happen. Thank you.
This is the district attorney coming up now, where I told you that our old
Good
sheriff
morning.
was held in his
My
jail.
name is District Attorney John David. Evil has come ashore in Southport, North Carolina. Ironically enough, at the very place which once served as a backdrop to the movie Safe Haven.
So in Southport, there was this movie that was made nationwide, the movie Safe Haven. He had to mention it 9 minutes into the press conference. 9 minutes into the press conference, he has to mention the backdrop to the movie Safe Haven. Now, let me tell you about John David. He is the district attorney for Wilmington, which is New Hanover County, and Brunswick County. Brunswick County kind of sits on an island, basically, while New Hanover County is basically like our city. So he is the district attorney for Brunswick and New Hanover County. He's been our district attorney, our main dude, for years. And he's about to admit that. We also have another district attorney which helps him in Brunswick County. And he kind of does drug cases a lot. This dude handles like the murders and stuff like that. But Chris Thomas handles the drugs. So this guy, John David, lives in Wilmington, I would think, because you do most of your business out there. That's where most of the crime happens. They out here worried about the drugs, so they got old Chris Thomas down there handling that. So some of the things that he talks about don't add up as well.
That name is symbolic.
And he uses the word symbolic within 9 minutes of this video started. Like, if it don't scream something, I don't know what to tell you.
of peace and tranquility, which has enveloped this idyllic waterfront community, was shattered last night by gunfire that came from the water. When the dust settled, 8 people were shot, 3 of them are dead, and at least 1 is now clinging for their life. I want to tell you that the group of people that stand behind me now awoke this morning with a firm resolve to seek maximum justice in this case.
He said he's going to seek maximum justice, right? Okay. How can you do that? You know this man is a retired vet. You know that he's got all these disabilities and he's even mentally challenged. Like, you screamed PTSD from the jump, buddy. You can't kill somebody like that. It's against the law. So what you even doing talking about it? You're trying to boost it up? You're trying to put that into the little narrative, into the movie? That you was going to put this man on death row, but after doing this and checking out the case, you know, we couldn't do it. I'm sorry, guys. But he explained it in a minute. He's going to go ahead and clean it up real quick. But he's telling you now that, yeah, we want to seek maximum justice. But he's about to clean it up and tell you why. You can't base everything off emotion. And he knows everybody's mad right now because he knows how we are around here. Like, we don't come outside to play anymore. Apparently. So at the end of the day, yeah, he about to clean it up. Just listen.
I will tell you that the men and women of law enforcement worked quickly and in team-like fashion to give us the tools that we need to be effective in a courtroom. And that process will begin literally tomorrow with the first appearance of Nigel Edge. Now, there's a lot that prosecutors, rules of.
And if you notice, like, everybody's called him Nigel so far. But Nigel changed his name years ago. Sure did. You're going to hear one of these officers call him by his real name. And I'm going to get back to you about why that matters.
North Carolina's professional rules are not permitted to say. We can talk a lot more about process than we can about facts. But you know something about the core nucleus of operative facts. I want to tell you a little bit about what the road ahead looks like. But before I do that, let me say first and foremost that my office prides itself on something that we refer to as the police prosecutor team approach. It's a highly collaborative process that requires us at the front end to work very closely. I personally arrived at the scene at about 11 o'clock last night. I saw with my own eyes the horror.
11 o'clock he arrived at the scene. Is that right? All right, guys, I ain't going to pull out the map on you real quick like that. You can go map it. Or I can map it a whole nother time. But this is about these press conference videos. He said I arrived on the scene at approximately 11 o'clock. Okay, guys, the 911 calls started coming in around 9:30. Okay? So you got to think. Forget where everybody's at this moment. Surely can't no cops be there, because why would someone be calling the law? Because this is a small area. So you got to think. If the 911 calls started coming in at roughly 9:30. The dispatcher's got to get the damn address of where it's coming from. Got to wait a couple damn minutes for it to ping or something. And I'm sure at this point they getting flooded. So it's hard to stick with one person for the moment. So that's about 5 minutes to get something even established, like what's going on, like where you at. So the police station ain't far from this location. So when they say they arrive within minutes, like in all these news articles that I'm going to show you in just a second, that might be true. But within hours after this incident, they went on press conferences and they said they arrived at the scene within seconds. Seconds are seconds in this situation, and minutes are minutes. You can't be too early and you can't be too late. So at the end of the day, we're about to get on with the press conference. But I'm going to show y'all some articles and stuff, how the timeline is just not even adding up. So that's about 5 to 10 minutes. So then you think like the low people officers, they have to get up with like their sergeants, lieutenants, and be like, oh, damn, you won't believe what Billy Dunn did tonight. You know, because it's always something out here with some damn white people. And I'm white. But our whole sheriff's department is like this too. So that's how they talk. Won't believe what he done did or not. So they got to call each other. You know, I as well think like, okay, so at 9:30, 9:35, might get 9:40. Everybody freaking out, you know, because obviously this would be hectic. You got to do protocols, so you have to do things within the book. This just don't happen on the daily, right? Or just don't happen at all is the way they made it sound. So you got to think 9:45. John David, the district attorney, he's the prosecutor. He's not there like to collect evidence. You think he's going to be on the damn scene while they exchanging friendly fire? Because this dude, they said after these press conferences, because they never tell us in the press conference that they exchanged fire with him. Never said that. And he's not charged for anything, but they say it. So he's the prosecutor. So, of course, he's not going to be anywhere around. So we're going to put it at 10 o'clock. You in Wilmington, buddy. On the outskirts of Wilmington. You got to get ready. You got to put on your damn shoes. Plus, you done brought 4 people with you. Where the hell did you meet up with them at? Outside of that building? Or did y'all come down here and like, how the hell did you get here so fast? You know what I mean? Because look, man, you all the way in Wilmington. We all the way down here at the damn, you might as well say the water. We on an island, Brett. You got to come across bridges and shit to get to us. You got to swim to get to us. And I know you ain't no damn Michael Phelps. So that's my next little question, man. You did it too fast, Johnny. You went too fast, buddy. It's like, did you even stop at the red lights or anything? Because we got a whole new system out there in damn Leland. Y'all go look it up. They done rearranged the roads and everything. Like it's something you'd see in a Germany or something. The layout. U-turns everywhere. And there's light after light after light after light. Then you got to come down a whole highway. I mean, you got to think, man, John David about 45 minutes away. But he got there at 11 o'clock. The shooting happened at 9:30, roughly. It don't even add up, the time. Plus, he brought 4 people. Where'd they come from? One of them's your assistant, but did y'all meet there? Did you meet in town? Like, how did you get them, John? Plus, I think John's answering calls too. I'm sure his phone's ringing off the hook. But you got to think, man, like, only certain people can call them types of people. So if you got the whole community in shambles, you know, the community, they only gonna call 911. You know what I mean? Help! We need help over here. We said fuck you last week, but it's get your ass over here now time. You see what I'm saying? So that's the only people we know call 911. So the lieutenants and the big time people that's been around here a while is making the calls. You understand? Because everybody else in panic mode for real, because everybody don't know the story. Everybody's just in panic mode. They don't know who the fuck to call. So there was a chain of command somewhere. And this sheriff's department so damn sloppy. So damn sloppy. They get caught every time. Every damn time. And I'm going to show you here in this court case that I keep talking about in just a second. We got about 10 more minutes of this video. And I'm going to quiet down a little bit, let y'all listen to it. But if I see a major discrepancy, I'm sorry, I got to call it out. Because, like, I know these people. I grew up with all these people. And I hate to be doing this and calling people out and stuff. Because, like, they know, like, I don't come. Even when I got assaulted in the jailhouse and they tooth and stuff like that, like, I ain't even sue them. Just get rid of the lady because she needs not to be in customer service, because that's what we are to you guys. We're your customers. And if you mistreat us so much, guess what? We're not going to come back. So to keep us coming back, this county's got a routine, and I'm going to be a Candace Owens, and I'm going to expose them. Because when they didn't show respect to the 2 kids that was shot on my dirt road 2 miles from me, and it was their own family that done it, but then you're getting on TV and trying to tell these people, victims, half of them are from here, half of them ain't. How coincidence? You know? Like, really? So at the end of the day, you can tell people whatever you want to tell them if they're not from around here. But I'm from here. So can't nobody say nothing, because I got receipts. And hey, most of them are public knowledge. But at the end of the day, we're going to keep going. But I just don't feel right. You know, when there's been stuff out here that's happened like this, you know, they've always like kind of stayed quiet. Why are you seeking attention? You don't need no attention on you, buddy. You've got too many lawsuits out on your ass right now, and you're a sheriff. So what are you doing? Somebody's done framed you, my guy. Whether you knew about it or you didn't know about it, at this point, they've threw 3 bodies in your county. And whether it came from Southport or not, hey, I don't know. You say you're standing behind them, so that's what you do. But what I mean by that is the crime happened in another little department. And then when he fled and went down the waterway and ended up in Oak Island, he ended back up in his little home of Brunswick County, which is Oak Island. And that placed it back into the sheriff's hands. Not into Southport's hands, into the sheriff's hands. So whether they got the sheriff doing the cleanup job allegedly or not, hey, we're going to get to the bottom of it. But at the end of the day, they ain't ever done no damn press conference before. And you can go look. All these damn lawsuits out against them, all these damn people dying, all these people wrecking, cars flipping on top of them, and you're the only one there at the crime scene. Go do your research, guys. I'm trying to tell you. Because at the end of the day, it's too fishy. And usually when it smells fishy, it's a fish fry going on. And we right here on the water, so.
Which has occurred in this case. I was joined by my first assistant, Jenna Early, my investigator, Charlie Lyles. And I'm so grateful for the incredible law enforcement response, the incredible response to the first,
Stuttering.
America's most trusted home remodeler, West
Oh, stuttering. Like, really?
Shore Home, is making it easy to get a fresh, modern up.
In real time. So tomorrow we are going to be in a courtroom, and then and for the first time, we're going to be able to talk about the facts. In the fullness of time, the truth will emerge in a courtroom, and that's where I'm going to be doing the majority of my talking. He will be a first appearance. He is currently charged with 3 counts of first-degree murder, 5 counts of attempted murder, and 5 counts of assault with a deadly weapon, intent to kill, inflicting serious injury. I anticipate that additional charges could be forthcoming. And so we are going to be moving forward in that process tomorrow. I will say that North Carolina is a state for which the death penalty is a potential.
Really?
In my office.
If it was, why didn't you sentence Logan Young for killing those kids on that dirt road with that gun? Xavier and his girlfriend was robbed for $500 and shot in the back of their head while they ran away from Logan Young from right down the road from me. And this district attorney didn't seek maximum justice for them. He didn't even speak of the death penalty. Yeah. And at the end of the day, how can you seek maximum justice off of a retired vet that is clearly not right in his head?
Does seek it in appropriate cases. I want you to know that
That Logan Young case, let me show you it right now, because it was appropriate for the death penalty. And then I'll show you what he even posted on Facebook after he killed him. Here he is. I ain't lying. Man given 2 life sentences for 2019. It's only 2025. In a double murder in Brunswick County. Accomplice sentenced. He wasn't the accomplice. It was his gun. It was his truck he was in. And let's listen to this news release from our news station. We didn't get no press conference. We got our news station going around helping us out, trying to figure out what was going on because they kept everything so quiet.
We're proud to help students in our community grow during Subaru Loves Learning, benefiting Forest Hills Global Elementary. Take advantage of low rates on best-selling Subarus like the Crosstrek and
Everything's got to
Knapsack.
add in it these days. Listen.
The trial begins for one of 2 suspects charged in a double murder. Logan Young is accused of killing Xavier Stevenson and Mila Payne during a marijuana deal in Winnebago in 2019. The district attorney's office says Young previously confessed to the killings. Joshua Carter is also charged in the case. We've reached out to the DA's office to find out when Carter's trial will begin. New at 5.
And the weed, I think they robbed them of like under a pound of weed. It wasn't not a major, maybe a couple of ounces or something. $500. And this right here, according to prosecutors, Young had confessed to shooting and killing the 2 people they was 19, excuse me. Warrant said that Young and Carter were armed with a .44 Magnum and allegedly stole 5 ounces of marijuana and $500 in cash from Stephen and Payne. Yeah, he didn't get the death penalty. And let me show you the 911 transcript. These people just so happen to be from out of town, driving on this lonely back road in spots. This right here is what they say. This is 2 minutes from my house. And he heard her say the DA, she didn't.
We are now hearing the 911 calls made after 2 teenagers were murdered in Winnebago Saturday night. The call came in around 11:30 p.m. from Lee Buck Road in Winnebago. A man says he and his fiancée found 2 people lying on the ground near a car on a dirt road. The man on the phone can be heard frantically telling his fiancée to get away from the bodies.
We're on Lee Buck Road. It's a dirt road.
Okay. Do you know how far down Lee Buck on the dirt portion you are?
Leave them alone. You cannot mess with them.
Are they, can you tell if they've been shot or anything, sir?
Get in the car. Ma'am, get in the car.
What did she say?
One of the ladies, I think the lady is dead.
Both 19-year-old Logan Neal Young of Winnebago and 20-year-old Joshua Larmont Carter of Southport have been charged with murder in this case. We'll have more on that on our website, wwaytv3.com.
Yeah, that's right. So at the end of the day, Logan's family
Incinerator garbage disposals are the only garbage disposals with induction motors and
works at the sheriff's department. And they didn't seek the death penalty in that case. And those 2 people that called in on the 911, they just happened to be people from out of town, randomly driving down that long dirt road that's about 3 miles and just run up on it. But it never gained attention because they never did a press conference. They never did anything. They knew who the killer was. And it was some employees' family member. Of course, he got life. 2 life sentences. But shouldn't that be a case for a death penalty case? Compared to what happened in Southport, I get it. The only thing different was this dude was on a boat. But he was a retired vet. This dude's crazy. You've been known that. You decided to do nothing. You can't blame Nigel. Because you know what? That Brian Chisholm, the Brunswick County Sheriff, the courthouse sits right beside the Sheriff's Department. Right beside it. And at the end of the day, the jail's there, everything's there. The courthouse, everything. And at the end of the day, to file a charge, to go to jail, you got to go through Sheriff Chisholm. He's the sheriff. Nothing happens without him knowing it. Unless it's being done behind his back. But at the end of the day, my point is you got to go to the courthouse to bring up lawsuits against people. And this guy had a lot of lawsuits against a lot of people. And he had to go to Sheriff Chisholm's department to do that. The courthouse. A judge's chamber. For some of it. You don't think that they couldn't red flag him? Or that they did? I've heard they could have possibly allegedly used this man for this incident. And he's so crazy that he don't know what's going on and they've took advantage of him. Yep. Yep. And they said they got a confession. Well, that's cool. Maybe the man don't even know what he's confessing to. You ain't a doctor. All you are is somebody that interrogates somebody and pressures them with so much pressure that sometimes people fold just to get you out their face. Because it happens every day out there with narcotics. You know, people just want to go get high and to get the police out their face. They go out there and they narc. And the police gives them a little money. And it creates a cycle. And it puts a lot of people in danger. Police that are feeding them the money. You got the police that know where the drugs are at. It's a federal community. Take it how you want to take it. So they're feeding them the drugs too. But they control you with it. You don't get nothing unless you speak. You may go a few times, but they ain't gonna keep playing with you. They'll eventually cut you off. But now they got a bunch of new technology that I'm about to tell y'all about. Especially in this court case coming up that I'm about to show y'all. And at the end of the day, this dude Nigel, they knew about it. It's a small, tight-knit community. They said it.
Of every homicide offense. I will say that North Carolina is a state for which the death penalty is a potential, and my office does seek it in appropriate cases. I want you to know that there is a process in place within my office to scrupulously review the facts and circumstances of every homicide offense that comes through our door. I have a team of senior prosecutors that meet as part of a death penalty review committee. And we make sure that we thoroughly evaluate the facts and the law on a case-by-case basis. We do that to ensure that we make our decisions on the basis of the fact and law and not emotion. See? Because it should go without saying, this is a very emotional time.
He's telling y'all right now that they're not going to be able to kill him. He's cleaning it up.
For a lot of people. And we want to continue to embrace the process that has served us so well over the 15 years that I've been fortunate enough to be your elected district attorney. To sort of paint the picture of what occurred last night, the incident location where this occurred, the American Fish Company, which I've already indicated to you was quite literally the backdrop for the movie Safe Haven, had...
That makes the second time they've mentioned that. The third time, excuse me.
Live music going on last night.
He said there was live music going on. There was really a concert going on. Not just live music. Tell it like it is. He's just trying to seem like it was just a little radio music. Nah, it was a concert, buddy. Tell it. And your Governor Stein guy was there the night before. When? Oh, let's just stop there. Let's just keep going. He's also going to say that the stars was out. Dude, there was no stars out. We had a hurricane coming in just the other day. Them two hurricanes, that one got us with the outer bands. So there wasn't no damn stars. So you lie down to the stars because you're trying to fit that into the movie too? You want there to be stars before this dude pulls up on a boat? But I'm going to give you the big theory that they've come out with now in just a second, but really, just listen to him. He says there was stars out. Dude, we had a hurricane. We was in a state of emergency. Where was the stars?
Outdoor deck, which faces the water. And there was a lot of people out there last night just enjoying live music under the stars. The thread that connects everyone who's a victim in this case to this point just appears to be a love of having a good time and enjoying all that Southport has to offer. Sadly, a lot of the victims in this case appear to be not members of our community, but people who are here on vacation.
And dude, no, it was half and half. 5 people wasn't from there. 4 people was. They're liars. Or excuse me, there was 4 people from there, 4 people not from there, and 4 people or 3 people that was. It was either 7 or 8 that was injured, but it was one more than the other. And there was one more person shot than the people that was around there. So say like 8 people altogether got shot. There was 5 people that died and 4 people that just got injured. So the tourist beat him by one body. So he's trying to insinuate that most everybody was a tourist. But no, they was not. You had 3 or 4 people that was involved from that community. And some of them lost their life. And I think 1 or 2 survived. So we should be hearing from them soon, I would think, but I don't know.
And just to anticipate one of the questions that I imagine that you have, that's one of the very reasons why when we took out these warrants early this morning, we used only initials for people's names rather than...
They used these victims' initials when they first put out the warrants because they ain't want nobody getting up with these people. They wanted to be able to tell the people, the tourists, their narrative. And they wanted to run it with that. They didn't need anybody else telling them nothing. Or even asking them questions that would even put doubt in their minds. They ain't even need all that. For survivors, I don't think they're going to say anything. But the other people that wasn't from around there and the people that passed away, yeah, I don't, they're just going to run with the cops, tell them they don't know, they're not from here.
Their full name. Some of the victims' families live out of state. And as district attorney, I wanted to ensure that we made proper notifications to them before they're hearing about it on the news. And so that is one of the reasons why.
But you do this press conference 13 hours after the incident. But you want to ensure that this family is getting all this respect and all this other stuff. You could have waited a week. You could have waited 2 years. You could have waited 6 months, a month. You waited 13 hours. And then the following day you gave another one. And on October 3rd, you've just released another statement. You're the only one that keeps bringing this into the media. And your team behind you.
The arrest warrants that you contain only initials at this juncture. Tomorrow, I expect you're going to be hearing more about potentially the identity of some of the victims, and you're going to hear more of the facts that underlie the investigation. But I can't overstate how quickly this investigation unfolded. Very heartened by the fact that law enforcement was able to make an immediate apprehension. I'm confident, based on what I now know, that we got the right guy and that he acted alone.
There you go again.
I will tell you that we ask for some grace because we're only in the first 14 hours of this investigation. And in my experience as being a prosecutor, and I'm now in my 30th year of being a prosecutor, facts frequently change, they evolve. And so I allow for the possibility that we're going to learn substantial new information in the coming days and weeks. But having said that, I think we now know a core nucleus of operative facts. And I feel very confident as I stand before you today that law enforcement has given us the tools that we need to be effective. With that, we will entertain a couple of questions, again, with the guardrails in place being facts are still being developed. And there's a lot we can't say consistent with the ethical rules under 3.8 and 3.6. So are there any questions? Yes, ma'am.
It's okay to admit it. We experience dryness. Luckily, we have personal lubricants.
In fact, he did. Mr. Nile Edge actually changed his name some years ago. And so we are looking to identify, all of his past. And there's going to be questions about his past. Chief Morris already said that he's a resident of Oak Island, and he was well known to.
Yeah, see, he wanted to call out that dude for saying Nigel was a resident of the island, but you already know that, man. You just trying to make it seem like you're just now hearing about it. Trying to make it seem like it's based off of what this dude said, man. You've been known about this dude. He's been at your courthouse filing several lawsuits against people. And why wouldn't you want the public to know that? Why would you try to sweep that under the rug? He's got to come to your courthouses to do that, John David. And you just threw one of his court cases out last month or 2 months ago. So you just dismissed one of his court cases.
Names going micro.
Law enforcement
just dismissed a court case on Nigel.
He wasn't quite as well known in the criminal court system.
Ooh.
You know, Chief Morris already said that he's a resident of Oak Island, and he was well known to law enforcement. He wasn't quite as well known in the criminal court system.
I wonder why. Let me tell you why. Because he don't want no parts in it. He knows he was known in that courthouse. Because this cop that's about to get up there and answer one of these questions, he's going to say they all knew Nigel. So he's going to step on the district attorney's toes. And the reason that he's stepping on the district attorney's toes is whether the district attorney John knows about it or not. Brunswick County is corrupt. And they lied to do cover-ups, because when the heat's on them, boy, they got to make it sound good. So that's what I'm saying. They've got to come up with a story before they call the district attorney to come out there to the crime scene. You're just not going to call that man out there, man, and everybody be out there running around like they crazy. You got to have a story to tell this man. He's the one prosecuting. What the hell happened?
There are some minor contacts over the years, but nothing significant in this.
Minor contacts. Nigel has went to these people and other courthouses and told them that people was trying to kill him. Not down to Kelly Pickler, even a doctor was eventually going to make him commit suicide. Down to a car insurance dude, I think, too. There's several people. Plus, that's not counting all the times he's been caught with guns that we're unaware about. All the times that he's raised Cain that we don't know about. We got to get all the 911 calls, or they would have to release them. But at the end of the day, they're acting like they didn't. This dude, they're acting like they ain't have no part in none of this. And yeah, it's he acted as a lone wolf, like he just came out the woods and on a boat and then fled down the Water Crystal Waterway. Okay.
Which would give us any indication that he was capable of such horror. There have been a number of civil suits that
Speak about the civil suits, but he gave you no indication that he was crazy, that he don't come outside to play. Well, I'd go read his book that he wrote. Go look at what he's been through in life, and then look at what the government's doing to him. Keeps dismissing his lawsuits, going against him. Yeah, he seems like a pretty normal guy to me from Brunswick County.
He's instituted against people, and he's had some minor brushes with the law, but to this point, we're unaware of any significant criminal history. Again,
minor brushes with the law would mean, hey, you wouldn't even know this dude by his first name. Your whole department wouldn't damn sure know him. He's had more brush-ins with the law than the law allows. I'm trying to tell you. but he's not all right in the head, so they keep letting him go. And at the end of the day, allegedly, people are saying that they set this man up, man, to do this shit.
And we're going to check out of state. It's early on in the investigation, but as I stand before you today, I'm unaware of that. Yes, ma'am.
Is there a crime like this? Do you think it's kind of a one?
Yeah, so the question is this common in our area? I'll tell you that violent crime is virtually non-existent.
The news reporter just asked, is this crime like normal around the area? You ain't hear him say no, did you? Yeah.
In the city of Southport, this is an idyllic waterfront community that really enjoys a reputation for being a very peaceful and tranquil place. Again, I've been a prosecutor for 30 years. I've started out my career in Miami, Florida, and then I was for a decade.
You've never heard him say he's never seen nothing like this though, right?
An assistant district attorney in Wilmington, North Carolina. So I'm not unacquainted with violent crime. Bad things happen to good people wherever you live, and I'm reminded of that today. But this would be remarkable anywhere, but particularly in a place that was called Safe Haven. Yes, sir.
And the only reason it was called Safe Haven is because it was the backdrop for Safe Haven, the movie. And that's like the 4th time that they've mentioned that word. And this is not a safe haven out here. If you call the cops, you go to jail. I don't care if you ain't done nothing wrong. You can be going down the road, that dirt road right there that I just showed y'all on this live. If you go back a little bit, that dirt road that Logan was on, people jump out the woods out there at you. Sorry, guys. Let me get logged in. Okay, we're back.
So the question was asked, is there a motive at this point? And let me be clear, people frequently want to know what happened and why. As prosecutors in a courtroom, we have to prove intent. Intent and motive are very different things. We don't actually have to prove motive. We don't know why people do what they do. You can chase the ghost of why all over a courtroom and never catch it. That's going to be part of a comprehensive investigation as we look towards his reason for doing this. But we have to prove criminal intent and not motive. Yes, ma'am. So that's a fact-specific question. I'm going to allow Chief Coring to talk a little bit more about the facts if that's something that he chooses to do. But I hope you understand as a prosecutor, I can't answer that. But Chief, is there anything you want to say about firearms?
Again, it's early in the investigation, but we know that it's an assault rifle. But I have not. It's pertaining to the weapon right now.
Now at Burger King. Try it today.
Noon's going micro. Micro habits, micro in, micro dose to your P1. Get started at noon.com.
Chief Morris, is there anything more you can say about you guys?
So, yes, we were familiar with Sean as he has been a resident of Oak Island.
Told you. He was going to mention, let's go back since some people are just starting to join. Remember, hold on just a second. Remember, I said just a second ago that one of the cops was going to use this man's real name and not his new name, Nigel. Yeah. So, check it out.
I mean, he chooses to do, but I hope you understand as a prosecutor, I can't answer anything you want to say about firearms.
We know that it's an assault rifle, but I have not looked at anything else pertaining to the weapons right now.
So the news reporter just asked, like, what kind of gun it was. So he was just, and it was an assault rifle, but he wasn't getting anything else. That's the only thing anybody's missed.
So, yes, but we were familiar with Sean. He has been a resident of a
His real name is Sean. And this is where he steps on the district attorney's toes.
Island for several years. He frequently hung out on our pier. Our employees knew him.
He said that Sean, excuse me, from around there for years, for several years. But they contradict themselves when they say a couple of years later on, whether it's in this press conference or the next one. But yeah, let's listen.
On the police department with the last couple years.
See?
Yes, sir. Yes, yes. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, so we executed a search warrant last night in collaboration with the SBI in Southport and the sheriff's office, and his vehicle was searched along with his boat and residence. And I won't go into specifics about what was recovered. However, there were firearms, and if the SBI would like to elaborate on that a little more, since
I told you he's been in trouble for firearms before, and what do you know? They found some at his house. So not only did he have guns on him, but he had guns at his house.
they are the agency that took possession of those weapons. I'll let them discuss that. Yeah, so the question is, when he was encountered by the Coast Guard and law enforcement, what was he doing? That information was put out last night about the boat, which is very vague.
He said a description of a boat was given. Remember I told you about this in the beginning, an hour ago? To keep the suspect and how they identified this dude. Okay. Telling us now. Call me in. A description was gave of a boat. About the boat was it had a blue center console. That's it. Really? Well, check it out and what he says, what Nigel was doing when they pulled up to the boat and listen to what the suspect was doing when he did it. I don't think he was doing anything wrong. Rowing the boat. And at the end of the day, they didn't have a description of their suspect. They claimed they did. They claimed that he had a suspect. But the description that they had suspect, because they didn't have it. And you know how I know that? Because if you go back and listen to the 911 call that went out on the radar, you can clearly hear that they were stopping anybody and everybody. walking down the road near the ballerina. This is and at the end of the day, you can clearly hear they didn't know who the hell had shot this person. And if they knew that the shots came off the water, what was you doing looking down the highway? Like, it don't even make sense. But let's check it out. It's crazy. Not the boat shooter. Okay, so yeah, that's gotta be it. No. Okay, I'll do it this way. There, right here. Yep, this is the one. Listen to the 911 operators.
Local media has still not done any reports on the situation yet. So we're just waiting. Haven't done anything yet. Local media has not done a report.
Oh. Bestie, the album's out.
Media. Maybe somebody took a boat to a location, a dock, and got out, got into a vehicle. Maybe somebody took their boat to one of those public docks.
See? Nobody knew nothing. And he's confirming it. Nobody knew anything. Nobody told them anything like that about no boat. And if they did, I'd like to hear them say that. But the 911 calls ain't gonna lie. But let's listen to a little bit of this.
Go in, boat slips, somewhere, got in a vehicle, loaded up their boat, or could be someone's home that has a boat, dock in the back. Why would somebody choose this place?
I'm going to tell you why they chose it. And it's because they're building up the community around here. And they need more traffic to start coming through. They ain't been getting attention. They got lawsuits at their front door because of murders, because of overdoses, because of innocent kids getting killed over a little bit of weed. And they never want to take responsibility for it. And all this is another cover-up. What one person says, they all stick with. Because trust me, if they got evidence to use against somebody, they use it. So all I can say is don't go after them, because they're going to come back after you. So that's why it happened. Because it was meant to happen. It was planned. It was premeditated. And I think a few people has been framed. But stupidity don't play a part in the law. And at the end of the day, you can't pick and choose when to celebrate off people's deaths. At the end of the day, it seems like Southport doing more talking than Brunswick is now, because the October 3rd statement was just Southport alone talking, releasing who the victims was. Brunswick County ain't released it. They think they done with the situation just like they done with all these other situations. It's so much dirt here, man. A cop a few months back hit somebody head on, and that somebody was a classmate of mine from childhood, and killed her and knocked her into a pole, all because he ran a red light and didn't clear that intersection. Right there in the same intersection that John David has to come through to get to Southport. All them red lights, man, he flew through. And ain't released the body camera footage yet. But you know what? My people have a lawsuit out them on that. A big lawsuit. Because they killed a mom, dude. She had 2 kids. And this is right here. I'm not playing. This was a listen to this. A bunch of dirt.
The hearing aid is absolutely.
And this was just on February the 18th of this year.
It's a great injustice to deprive yourself of being able to hear. I can actually hear it rain. It's been
And we continue to follow breaking news at this hour. 2 people are now facing charges for a car crash that left 1 woman dead.
Brunswick County Sheriff's Deputy Nathan Kai faces 2 charges after he crashed his car into Cora Carteret on Highway 17 in Leland in February. The man Deputy Kai was assisting in the pursuit of at the time also faces charges in connection to the accident. WECT's Ava Bringord has been digging into this for us tonight. Ava, these charges were just filed.
Yeah, Fran, court documents say a citation for Deputy Kai was issued just yesterday. It says he unlawfully and willfully but unintentionally caused the death of Cora Carteret. According to the Brunswick County District Attorney's Office, Kai is charged with misdemeanor death by vehicle and failure to stop at a red light. The DA's office says Deputy Kai was responding to assist another deputy. He was allegedly chasing a vehicle with his siren and lights on when he crashed into Carteret's car. North Carolina State Highway Patrol says Kai was originally going 90 miles an hour. The investigation shows he was going 75 miles per hour when he ran into Cartwright's car, killing her. In a statement to WECT, District Attorney John David says,
There he
quote,
goes.
the DA's office is unable to comment further as
That's John David. The DA's office is unable to comment further as this remains an ongoing investigation and has resulted in pending cases in the criminal justice system. These people are crooked, dude. And I'm going to go live here in a little bit. And I went out there last night. And I'm going out there again tonight. But when I go out there again tonight, I want everybody that's on this live to come back to this live. And I'm going to show you how they hunt you down out there. They even put the red dot on me the other night. And I got the video. And I'll upload a short of it. But these people are crazy.
We opened fire at a wedding. Was stopped.
Be warned.
Could have been much worse.
Go ahead.
Now we got restaurant.
Therefore, I'm sending police officer to your location to relieve you. They're going to block the road, and also where 372 was at Castle and Moore, Charlotte PD is going to handle those access points.
They're blocking the roads, they said.
Copy that.
Now, the road that they're talking about blocking are the roads that come off out of there. There's one way to get there by car, but you can go another way and put your boat in and get to the other location by boat. It's basically like a V, and the stoplight is in the middle of the V, and the restaurant's your index finger, and the boat landing is your middle finger. It's a V. But if you go the back way you gotta go the boat way. If not, you gotta come to the middle of the V and go through the stoplights. It's basically like a whole circle. Half boat, half car. So they're blocking off intersections so that way they can set up checkpoints and catch the people trying to get off the island.
Huh. So it's already on Google Maps here. Really, there's only like a few ways out of this little community.
Told you. Oh, and I didn't even know he was about to say that. Oh my God. That's why I like him, but he all right at times. I like JR. Now, that's what I'm trying to say. There's only a few ways in and out of here, and that's why they blocked it off. I don't think they was on the scene at this point based off the 911 calls they was still getting.
Because the intercoastal kind of like surround waterway.
We're on an island.
You got 211 and 133, like logical escapes. Now, if someone escaped on a boat, you're either going to intercoastal waterway or the Cape Fear River.
No, if you're going to escape, you're going to escape by boat or on land. The Coast Guard was patrolling the water. Police is on land.
We just have to get it. Something tells me somebody probably went towards the intercoastal, probably west instead of east into that big giant Cape Fear River. But who knows?
Yeah, because I mean, if you go that way to the Cape Fear, you still wind up along the banks of Brunswick County, which runs into the ocean, the river, and the creek. Basically, we're at the bottom of the Appalachian Mountain and the Cape Fear River, we're at the bottom down here. So basically, that scene that it happened on is in my backyard, but at another end of the water.
Got to get more information. If they share which direction, somebody else said a rental boat. Great thing, but a rental boat would be a paper trip.
27 shows to be Class C, valid. For sure.
And why would someone say a rental boat? Listen to the 911 call.
1-800-62.
Time exists to help everyday Americans make it. When you get paid on your terms, your world opens up.
Listen to this.
Everything.
This is insane, folks. We'll continue to understand the situation as we get more information. Shooting at a little
perimeter.
Listen to the cop calls coming in.
So we're talking about maybe like hour and a half into this.
Hour and a half into it.
Boats, how fast the boats move? How far could this suspect shooter get?
JRL Investigates just confirmed we are an hour and a half into this. And they don't know who the hell it is.
Several ways out, 211, 87, 133. There's also side roads through swamp.
Told you.
I'm from the area. Thank you for sharing. What's going on? Tell us. What's the buzz? What's being talked about?
I've already got up with him.
That's not out there. What are the locals saying? Appreciate the insight. Does appear other type of smaller roads, main roads, 211, 133.
133, like I just said.
In that area. Or someone hunkered down there.
Oh, he'd been hunkered down.
Scanner's getting a little bit more quiet.
They've been here for 3.
Go ahead.
Listen.
10-4, you shall be 10-6, we'll be down Southport.
Please pray for Southport.
1-3.
I'll be clear from the hospital and back en route to the basement.
10-4.
Another photo here from the scene.
Oh. Now, that call just said they was en route to take some people to a hospital. An hour and a half later?
As more information starts trickling out,
Now we want to get a description of the suspect. Definitely want to, if they share who the suspect is or who they think it is or any information about description of boat, description of suspect.
Nothing.
Or anything like that, we will share. We will share. They're calling
the
Microdose GLP ones.
I'm stuck. My weight won't budge. Been there, but Noom can help. Bye bye plateau. Hello, Micro.
Get started at Noom.com.
The blue one, the blue oh my goodness.
What's a good choice for an affordable LLC?
The answer is Busy.
Okay, well, which company offers lifetime compliance alerts?
That would be Busy.
And where can I get a free year of registered agent service?
Once again, the best deal is definitely with Busy.
Like I should probably use Busy.
I'd say that's definitely a great choice. Busy's got you covered.
Start your business today for $0 plus a state fee. Learn more at busy.com.
Oh man. I think
it's a mass casualty event. Yeah, multiple law enforcement are there. Yeah, the whole street's filled with law enforcement.
I think my
absolutely insane. Come on in, folks. The wackiness and the craziness continues. Brunswick County Sheriff's Office is assisting the city of Southport, along with multiple law enforcement.
76, 7894 Ocean Highway, 7894 Ocean Highway West.
Civil.
And here we are. 3 dead in an active shooting.
Sergeant, you come to go for. 10-7, 10-76, 10-17.
Anderson.
All right, so they're saying three dead. That's the number I keep hearing. The boat is reported an estimated 23-foot single-engine outboard and had a spotted dog on board. That's some information that's circulating. Witness described boat involved in Southport shooting as a 23-foot single-engine outboard with a dog on board. Spotted dog on board. A dog was spotted on board.
What kind of box do you need? For the iPad.
Local
down here.
Herring, who lives 2 blocks from the yacht basin, said she heard about 10 to 15 shots.
Justin.
Herring said a boat that may have been involved was seen in the waterway for about an hour prior to the shooting.
Can
you see if Sunset Russian House 1076, please?
okay, guys. What?
The dog on the on board of the boat. 23-foot single-engine outboard was seen in the waterway for about.
Sorry, guys. I had
multiple law enforcement are there. Yeah, the whole street's filled.
Are you trying to fix?
Please pray for South.
I'll
be clear from the hospital and back en route to the basement.
Another photo here from the scene as more information starts trickling out. Now we want to get a description of the suspect. Definitely want to, if they share who the suspect is or who they think it is or any information about this, we will share. They're calling this a mass casualty event. Yeah, multiple law enforcement are there. Yeah, the whole street's filled with law enforcement. Absolutely insane. Come on in, folks. The wackiness and the craziness continues. The Brunswick County Sheriff's Office is assisting the city of Southport, along with multiple law enforcement.
76, 7894 Ocean Highway, 7894 Ocean Highway West.
See?
Civil.
And here we are. 3 dead in an active shooting.
Sergeant, you come 10-4.
First.
10-26, 10-17.
Anderson.
All right, so they're saying 3 dead. That's the number I keep hearing. The boat is reported an estimated 23-foot single engine outboard and had a spotted dog on board. That's the number I keep hearing. The boat is reported an estimated 23-foot single engine outboard and had a spotted dog on board. That's some information that's circulating. Witness described boat involved in Southport shooting as a 23-foot single engine outboard with a dog on board. Spotted dog on board. A dog was spotted on board. Local
down here.
Bonner Herring, who lives 2 blocks from the yacht basin, said she heard about 10 to 15 shots.
Justin.
Herring said a boat that may have been involved was seen in the waterway for about an hour prior to the shooting.
Okay, there we go again. One of the witnesses saying they seen the boat an hour or 2 before the shooting. But now they're saying that this guy, Nigel, planned this out, and it was supposed to happen the day before. That he had been out there for 2 days.
Can you Sunset Rush now? Got a unit to check that 1076, please.
They also spotted a dog on board of the boat. 23-foot single engine outboard. Possibly spying and lurking around.
FM30.
Prior to the shooting.
Shutter unit clear scene. Service.
10-4.
This is horrific. Horrific, folks.
What did he just say about seeing?
Shutter unit clear scene. Service.
10-4.
This is horrific. Horrific, folks.
4571, see down.
4571.
You can show us clear this scene, even places off duty.
10-4.
Also by this
Ocean Highway West 7894 Ocean.
There's numerous please pray for Southport.
Never sue the. I just got $100,000 for an accident. I was.
Want to hear the part?
23-foot outboard boat. No choppers inside.
Who's the witness?
Okay.
On the west direct all race traffic. I'll still be in route. It's 1076.
10-4.
All right, so we're still I got this information. I'm going to first at the most. On the corner. Right there. You think like only local time know about this, right? Know about this place to do this. I mean,
Yeah, you're hitting on the nail. You're hitting on the nail, buddy.
You can only speculate.
You ain't speculating. You're right.
We're putting mass casualties. You got to scan her up. That's what we're relying on right now. Report and phone on chatter. You can get more of an understanding. But what we know is stuff that could not really happen and stuff like all the week. They never
Urban residents located in command post Southport Fire Department. DOC will be around secondary.
You can put a command post and we talk about road being closed.
398.
398.
Service unit, clear train back in service.
Definitely.
Insane, folks. So they're gonna understand what's going on. Hopefully we'll get a feed there and then we can listen in to what people are saying. Witnesses will come forward, talk to media, give us an assessment. We got it's a serious situation.
Oh,
One of the reasons why
you ain't seen none of them.
we're talking about, Wilmington, North Carolina is like the biggest city near there. You do also have Myrtle Beach. That's approximately. This isn't.
Yeah. We have negative contact. Call back as well. You control unit A unless you're further.
Tampa.
This is insane. Terrifying. People are saying online, we never thought something like this would happen in Southport.
You ain't from here.
Station 3, Charlie traffic, commercial industrial fire alarm activation, 5084 Southport Supply Road, 5084 Southport Supply Road, Lowe's Home Improvement. Yeah, TAC 1 on scene, TAC 1, Seacon clear, 23, 26.
All right, so these scanners keep saying other things and other things that are going wrong.
No. That's right out there in Southport. Another scene was cleared. They didn't know what the hell was going on. Trying to tell you now, you gotta listen. That's right down the road.
Media is also not media, but people on social media are saying mass shooting.
So in route to that Lowe's Home Improvement traffic per DC3.
Right there on the corner.
532.
All right, so there's one guy that a name. All right, so there's one guy that
posted for this location in my TV.
A name, but I'm not trusting this at this time. There's a name being circulated.
And I'll be en route, fire along.
Before Southport Supply Road, Lowe's Home Improvement.
Sometimes the folks start posting names, hide memes and things like that. You gotta decipher through.
Sure. Yeah.
If you live in a North Carolina
Then they said false alarm
code
on
and
that.
have 0 DUIs in the last 5 years, listen carefully.
If you're down there checking all this out, there is no way you're checking all that out that quick.
120 to 154.
No way.
Who's the shooter?
Exactly.
To Channel 3, locals media there. Another media.
to 120 direct.
WRAL, WEC.
Myself and 1130 are setting up exterior perimeter at West Bay and South Castle with tape.
That's over there towards that boat landing. So about an hour and a half in, and they're over there at Caswell. It's another boat landing.
240. Correct.
Showing you some of the footage. Just the police response there, heavy police presence there.
All right, so it's just showing that the police are there, heavy police presence. And you got these really small clips, only like 10 seconds here, 10 seconds there. Nothing like really like in depth here, other than the police are there. This happened. Numerous people shot. Unknown fatalities, but it does appear there is fatalities. Number that's being put out there is 3.
Southport, County of Beacon 22 on the 1076 Red Ocean Highway.
Copy, right? Hi.
Oh.
Crazy.
22.
Never.
There's that photo of a guy, but I trust him. I don't trust him.
About the 1092 at the hospital then. Handle you.
Doesn't appear they got anyone in custody.
You're Rob.
173.
Someone is trolling around, posting a picture of a fisherman holding a bass.
10-4. I'll be around.
Never.
I don't buy it because he's the only one that's doing it. But people are kind of like, how do you get this information? How do you know? How do you know? What's the source?
We're investigating currently.
He's the source.
Investigating currently. It's exactly what was just said.
Sadly, there appears to be fatalities. We just don't know how many. If you have any information about the shooting, Southport PD 910-457-7911. Really, the only description that is circulating is the boat is estimated to be a 23-foot length, single engine outboard, and had a dog on board. Now, a dog on board, could this have been somebody that maybe went to the place there to get some services and was denied and was mad? He said, I'll tell them.
You got 400. You can slow anything else down coming to lows.
Oh, it goes
10-4, 3-2, right?
Goes deeper than that.
By the way, if you want a JLR hat, QR code up there. Get yourself a JLR hat. Be part of the Army.
Yeah, I like JLR.
Would appreciate that. Thank you. And then send us a pic and we'll, I seen it. I live on the west coast of Florida, right? There's a lot of these little restaurants, boat restaurants. People pull up with their boats. They pull up with their dogs on their boats and stuff like that. They might come out and try to get a beer or get something to eat. They got their dogs with them. Could we have a situation where this person was there for just somebody through? If we'd have a dog on their boat, there could be somebody local there, right? Got to be somebody, right?
10-4, we got another family member by the name of Tish. Should be trying to come through.
Tish.
Trying to come through for what?
All right, we're gonna see what else the local media is saying. Wilmington Star News. That's a local. Really just posting pictures. We're kind of like the pictures that we've been showing.
It's only been an hour and a half, and you've already got family members coming through. Really?
Like any concrete
alarm. All units be clear those.
How can anybody come through on a crime scene? You got one of the victims.
410-4, 3-2, right?
Open a chime checking account in 2 minutes. We'll spot you up to $200. Apply now.
240, take on this. Vehicle's taking off on me.
Did you say
Folks,
vehicle
there
taking
is an
off on
active
you?
shooter situation. If you are
240, take on this. Vehicle's taking off on me.
Yeah, he said vehicle's taking off on me.
240, take on that vehicle, take it off on me.
Vehicle taken off on.
Folks, there is an active shooter situation. If you are in the Southport area, stay indoors, lock your doors, stay indoors. If you have a weapon inside your home, I would bring it out. Just for precaution. Have a weapon inside your home, I would bring it out. Just precaution. Protect your family.
I got that vehicle. I got that vehicle stopped. So, how many seconds is that? Let's go back.
Have a weapon inside your home, I would stay indoors, lock your doors, stay indoors. There is an active shooter situation in Woodlawn.
240, take on that vehicle, take it off on me.
Right there at 44, 37 seconds.
Folks, there is an active shooter situation in Woodlawn. In the Southport area. Stay indoors, lock your doors, stay indoors. If you have a weapon inside your home, I would bring it out. Just for precaution. Protect your family.
25 seconds later is when he stopped that vehicle. That's a long 25 seconds.
American Fish Company. We're waiting for more information.
Usual type service. 10 for.
American Fish Company, live music, cold beer, craft cocktails. They advertise 2 F's, family, friends, freedom. Seems like a patriotic place. Family, friends, freedom.
1825.
Red, white, and blue. Welcome to American Fish Company.
Have a disturbance. 3120 Finn Loop. 3120 Finn Loop apartment. 306. Callers advising their neighbors are yelling and screaming, possibly throwing punches into the wall.
Domestic stuff going on in that area too.
EA and Holdings. Please as active. Negative 29.
Horrifying boat massacre, as one publication put out. Boat massacre.
Where was that weather unit?
224.
Someone speculates that seems like a pissed off
Units
local.
available have a noise complaint on Palmer Drive.
A pissed off local. That's what somebody's speculating. Seems like a very random spot for a boater.
What is their contact number?
Did someone wrong this person? Did someone get kicked out of the bar?
11 Thursday, I'm just 1014, 35 is going to be 10 acre calls in our city.
I live in Brunswick County. I'm in this location on a boat every weekend. It takes 15 minutes or less to get to Carolina Beach from American Fish Company. Thank you, Nicole Skipper. Be safe out there, Nicole. Nicole says it takes 15 minutes or less to get to Carolina Beach from American Fish Company. If you're local, provide some insight. We'd love to know more. What's being, what's
Carolina Beach is like
some
an
people
hour
shoot on
away.
innocent people eating it
398.
with their when they get revenge. Who does this? Who would just shoot on innocent people eating and enjoying
398.
with their friends and family?
398.
Great time on the water on a Saturday.
Unit out of Southport Harbor.
10-4.
Suspect, great time on the water on a Saturday.
Unit out of Southport Harbor.
10-4.
Suspect fled the scene. What is this world coming to, folks? where you got only thing we know this time, here's the city of Southport. They put this out. We haven't heard a new update yet. There's an unknown number of injuries. Avoid the area. Reporting his activity. Contact 911.
I'm gonna be clear, Brunswick, active service. 10-4.
We are waiting for additional information to come out.
It's just, you can just hear they don't even know what the hell's going on.
White Center Console boat at large. That's what somebody's putting out.
I'll be back 10-8, code 4, 533, 521, still on scene at the beach.
10-4.
We got they put some standard stuff up from the original call. I'm gonna get this together and kind of play, but we also want to listen in real time.
10-2 from 1060, stream you back on my 1079.
242.
It's okay to admit it. We experience dryness. Luckily, we have personal lubricants to keep.
We're currently listening to the current
173 mutual aid for Southport, coverage of their district. 114.
Oh, this is definitely not a hoax. Definitely happened. I know because we've been covering some of these hoax shooting calls at universities.
We covered area 5.
This is legit.
Justin.
Delta wants to go 1087.
Okay, then you ready for
Delta 1. 1087.
So we might have a description of the boat, and I got a kind of like a photo, 23-foot center console boat. Kind of give you a general idea. I'll put this up in a few. With a possible dog on board. Whoa, number of victims rises to 11. 3 dead and 8 injured. According to the public information officer. Star News Online says 3 dead. And some people. And I got a kind of like a photo.
Current 173 mutual aid for Southport.
Okay, guys, we're currently listening right there, and that's when the cop chimes in and says 173 mutual aid for Southport. What does 173 add up to? 11.
Coverage of their district. 114.
And they got 11 people injured.
Three dead and 8 injured. According to the public information officer. Star News Online says person of interest being questioned. This has just been posted by AZ Intel. Let's try to find out. Person of interest. Person of interest being questioned. We shall see. We shall see.
And that's randomly after the car fled and they stopped that car. I mean, they was all over the place.
And then the shooter fired into the crowd. The boat fled up the intercoastal waterway. So up the intercoastal waterway, that's west. As of 11:30 p.m., a person of interest is being questioned.
So at 11:30, he started being questioned. That means they had to have him in their possession when?
Person of interest, according to the Public Information Officer, PIO.
They ain't got much time to play with here.
Person of interest.
So from 9:30 to 11:30, it's a person of interest. Yeah, okay, let's listen.
Our reception's bad out here.
Signal 50.
We've been hearing that with the Charlie Kirk.
Signal 50 for now. Our reception's bad out here.
Person of interest being not the person that did it. So let's hold off a little bit here. But most of the time when they say person of interest, it's usually the person that did it.
The intention of Echoes NYC was to celebrate these female athletes in a huge, spectacular way.
That's what you'd think.
You need more power, more control? Then you need VPS hosting from Hostinger.
That did it.
Signal 25. 10-4, participant 6 at 634 Marshgrass Court, 634 Marshgrass Court. Caller advised I heard same near Duffman Creek Road and Indigo Plantation, just 196.
Possible person of interest here that could have done this.
More calls still coming in.
133, come on, 1023 that area. We're 125 an hour on foot.
On foot.
Someone is being questioned.
25, how far out? 133, come on, 1023 that area. We're 125 an hour on foot.
Someone is being questioned, folks. It appears that's better news. Better news. Better news.
Okay, we're pulling up now. 10-4, I'm up at apartment 306. Let's make contact.
Better news. Better news. Better news.
Okay, we're pulling up now. 10-4, I'm up at apartment 306. Let's make contact.
Much better news here. We'll find out more. We'll find out more. They're going to inform the public pretty quickly if they're going to arrest this person to keep everyone at ease because, man, I can't imagine what everyone's thinking there and how everyone's feeling. Mass panic, chaos. Any
Way, Fisher Hilton.
name N-E, and I heard that earlier, and somebody was saying, I'm the source.
1462 Old Waterford Way, Fisher Hilton.
This is the third time I've seen this on
Road, Southport.
So we wait and see. They're throwing out a name, N-E. N-E. Some people have already said it in the chat. That's what's being put out there. Read the chat. You'll see a name.
415 Castle Beach Road. You have TAC 1 on scene. TAC 1, come clear, 2347.
They're doing like a Google thing on his address in the same road. Same match.
To Castle Beach Road, pull 173 on that call.
Something Casualty Road. Let me see.
Issue back to service for this station will be heading for Castle Beach traffic.
So they just got the casual. So, guys, I'm about to jump off here and get some lunch. But at the end of the day,
what do you think?
I'm going to be back. I'm going to tell you what I think, JR.
Somebody said from Pensacola.
But, dude, a lot of creepy things ain't adding up in this case. And if you go Google all the other stuff that I've done told you about, yeah. It's just gonna get crazier from there. But that's my grandbaby. I'll talk to y'all soon.